And we should be officially live. We should be officially live on this beautiful Tuesday. Let's make sure. Let's make sure that we are officially live. I think we are. I think we are officially live. Here we go. Let's give it a couple seconds. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, yes, the one and only stream that you guys enjoy on a daily basis. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be drinking up some whiskey today. And for a lot of you watching, let's do our routine, yes? Let's do our routine. It's going to be a new routine. Ladies and gentlemen, for all of you watching around the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, Reaper Crew, you know what time it is. We're number one today. I will be, yes, I will be doing huge meat, ladies and gentlemen. There's my big meat. And for a lot of you watching, big meat on here. I'm going to beat my meat so hard on here on the first stream back. For all of you watching, let's put it on here, yes? Let's put it on here. Ladies and gentlemen, Reaper Crew, and for all of you watching around the world, welcome back to the show. For all of you watching, we stream on a daily basis. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Today, big meat action, yes? Big meat action. Also, we're going to be drinking something. Which am I going to use today? We're going to see. For all of you watching around the world, thank you for tuning in on a daily basis, and also on a weekly basis. For all of you that have been here before, you know the trend. The trend is high all the time. The trend is high. We don't go low, for all of you watching. So for all of you that are here, I'm going to say we're going to start beating our meat. And for all of you, let me just show you my meat because my meat is real big, real grande. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be beating this meat up. And not only that, we're going to put it and cook it up on the grill. Here's the other piece of meat. Oof, these are chuck eyes, beautiful chuck eyes. I'm going to season it for all of you. You're going to see me cook it, and you're going to see what I do on a daily basis or on a weekly basis on the stream. If this is your first time here, don't forget, if this is your first time here, we do drink whiskey, and we drink whiskey weekly. Yes, weekly, daily if I can. But the point of the matter is, I think you guys want to know what we're drinking, all right? All right, today on the stream, we're going to be drinking some big boy status, High West Double Rye. Yes, Double Rye with a beautiful finish. And yes, double rye. Also, here's going to be another possibility. Oof, another High West. Today, we're also probably going to be drinking another Black Label High West. On here is American Prairie Bourbon. Yes, I don't tell you to buy the regular one. Buy that. And for all of you, Blackened. You see it right here, Blackened. Shout out to Metallica. And also for a lot of you around the world, you guys also want to know what seasoning. Ladies and gentlemen, today I always tend to use this Kinder's beautiful seasoning. And also, I'm going to be mixing it with a little bit of something simple. This is the Weber seasoning, Chicago steak seasoning. Gives it a good amount of salt. You can do the cha-cha with that one. And for all of you, also, I'm going to put it on this stream. We're going to put it on the stream. Boom. If you don't know, now you know. This is B524, batch B524, and also Tin Cup. You see the Tin Cup over there? And I have a possibility that we might even do over here this beautiful Eagle Rare. For all of you who have been here yesterday, and you guys were waiting for the stream yesterday, well, we have the stream now. Now, here we go. Which am I going to use? That's a big thing. Am I going to use our beautiful glass? We're going to use our beautiful glass, ladies and gentlemen. Is this something we're going to do? Also, huge shout outs to all my members. Members. I believe Joanne was in the chat room yesterday. And also, I have a lot of other members are here. Al Gordon, Farm Kitty. Also, Edgar Romeo was here yesterday in the chat. We had, I believe, if I remember correctly, Jesse in the chat yesterday, and a couple other people that I want to give a shout out to, because if you were in the chat room like Joe Unfiltered, also if you were in the chat room just like Joe Unfiltered, and everybody that has a membership, remember, renew the memberships if you can. I can see a little bit better. The light helps. Let's just say this, okay? When I do private streams, like if today I decide to do this private streams, you're going to be able to watch a stream. And also, you're going to get some of the content that most of the public doesn't get. For all of you watching, also, yes, we are drinking today. We are drinking Highlandic, yes, Glacier water. I'm going to say this. This is my favorite water. Reason why is because it's high pH. You thought I was going to show Saratoga water. Definitely wasn't going to show Saratoga water. And I'm going to say Saratoga water is really good. There's a trend going on. Shout out to Take a Little Trip With Me. Also, for all of you, get the membership. I do see you. And also, don't forget who's going to be the first super chat today. We'll see. Point of the matter is, I think I might be doing it with this. Big boss status over here. We have, we have our first super chat in the house. And over here, there you go. Joe Unfiltered was waiting on the stream with a tent and his nice little seats. Shout out to Joe Unfiltered with the $20 super change. Says Reaper for president, baby. We got the GOAT giving us gems every damn day. Cheers to the best community out there. Joe Unfiltered, thank you so much, Joe Unfiltered. Huge appreciation. Joe Unfiltered, you don't know how much he has been really contributing. Also, not only has he been contributing, but last week, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, he dropped a big 50 super chat, and that was for all of you. My birthday was about 2 weeks ago. He dropped a big 50, and he also dropped a couple other 20s on the floor, and I picked them up. Yes, I picked them up. I saw the 50, I picked it up, Joe Unfiltered, and I'm going to say this. Everything you guys send on this month goes on to next month. So do not forget, any little appreciation you sent, any super chat you sent goes on to the next month. So for all of you, it helps me out a lot, and it also helps you guys because you guys get a weekly stream. For all of you watching, Joe Unfiltered, thank you so much, Joe Unfiltered, for the beautiful $20 banger out here to start off the stream. Also, I'm going to say also, if any of you want to see a smaller channel, he does have a smaller channel, and he does have a great camera. He has a great camera, so you guys can go check out some of the whiskeys that he shows. He does have a channel, and I'm going to say that right now. We don't usually promote other channels, but I will say small channels always need a little bit of loving, and that's great that he's still going hard and doing his thing. Also, shout outs to the ladies in the chat room. April Neal was here earlier, and also Sheena's here. There's a couple of the people, Farm Kitty. I believe yesterday Joanne was in the chat room. We had a couple of the ladies in the chat room. And also Tribe, I believe some of you seen Tribe in the chat room. Also, I found out that she does have a channel too. There's a lot of women out here that watch me, and I really appreciate it. Huge old time. Now, I'm going to say this. For all of you ladies, if you ever notice that I'm very busy, Usually, I'm very busy, but if you have to notice, my hands are the only way you can notice. Now, the reason why is because if I get really, really super busy that I don't have time, ladies, okay, my nails will get long and sometimes I forget to cut them. Okay, so that's a huge sign. You see this one? It's getting a little bit long in there. We're getting a little bit long, gentlemen. A little bit long. Look, this one's already getting long too. Oof, getting a little bit long out here. And for the ladies, that's what it is, okay? For the ladies, if you ladies want to figure out if I'm busy or whatnot, usually you can tell by my nails. And for all of you men out here watching, I hope you appreciate this stream because officially, let's say this, gentlemen. I know some of you gentlemen, some of you gentlemen, shout out to Iggy in the chat room. I know some of you gentlemen like those nails long so you can scratch your ass. We're not going to be scratching any of that today, and we never do, right? Point them out, Ridge, Jordan Filter, thank you so much. Huge appreciation. And also, I do know there's some men that like to get their nails long to scratch their backs. You know what? If you can reach your back, most likely you got no muscles, my friend. If you can reach your, I'm gonna repeat. Let's repeat this after again before we start pouring some whiskey. If you can reach your back, you got no muscles, my friend. You got to start pumping some iron. You got to start pumping some iron, okay? Okay, so anyway, you gentlemen, all right, scratch yourself with I don't know, you can scratch yourself with one of these on the wall, corners of the wall works. There's a lot of other things, okay, a lot of other things you can scratch yourself with. Anyways, point of the matter is, we're going to be using Kinder's prime steak seasoning and officially Chicago steak. Now, the reason why I'm using Chicago steak is because I like the saltiness that these big grains give. And it also gives me like a steak inside type aspect. Now, some of you don't know the difference between barbecue and steak inside on the pan. Usually, if you cook your steak on, I wouldn't suggest you doing this on. Never do this on the pan. If you ever, I'm going to say this, let me say this right now because we're about to beat our meat. But the point of the matter is never do a chuck eye inside. Okay, it's too thick. It's too big. Never do it inside unless it's thin. So for all of you that are ready to beat your meat and you want to beat it inside, it's good to beat your meat outside, okay? Beat your meat outside, beat it up out here, and make sure to put it on the grill. Joe Unfiltered, I do know Joe Unfiltered. I do know Joe Unfiltered likes to cook inside. Shout outs to him. He likes to beat his meat inside. But I'm going to say this. Sometimes you need to cook and you need to beat your meat outside. It's not all the times that you have the power to do it outside. Try to do your big meat outside. Beat it up outside, okay? So anyways, the point of the matter is, for all of you ladies, let's start drinking, okay? Let's start with a little bit of high action. This is High West. And for some of you that do not know, I don't tell you guys to buy any High West. If you ever buy a High West, it has to be a black label. It has to be a special release. This is probably one of the only companies out there that I think is surviving. They're drowning. I don't know how they're making money, but they're drowning. Especially you could tell by companies that are drowning because their prices start spiking up. And it's just the same goddamn whiskey. So, Joe Unfiltered, if you ever buy any of you that are rookies, if you ever get a recommendation at the store of High West, put the dang thing back on the shelf. Unless it's a black label or a special release, I don't recommend you to buy special releases, but these are really good. These are almost a special release. Get yourself the black labels. These are really, really nice. I'm going to start off with a rye. Shout out to Al Gordon. All right, here we go. Let's start off with a rye. All right, here we go. High West double rye. You guys know what the drill is. High West double rye. If you don't know what the drill is, you gotta officially beat your meat. You gotta do it. And if you want to say it's sexier for the ladies, hey, look. For the ladies, look. I don't have time to be beating my meat inside. I like to beat my meat outside with my barbecue, okay? I don't have time. But you gotta do it for the ladies, okay? Do it for the ladies. It's Miss Riz. We have some people in the chat room. Andrew, good to see Andrew in the chat room. Jason Kane, good to see Jason Kane in the chat room. Gordon, here we go. Okay, here we go for all of you. By the way, here we go. Let's drink this up. Shout out to all of you. That goddamn thing is goddamn good. That goddamn thing is goddamn good. I can't really explain to you how good that is. It's so good that if you're beating your meat and you're drinking that, oof. Oof. If you're beating your meat, if I say it any louder, neighbors are going to call the cops. They're going to say, man, he was viciously beating his meat. Yes, yes. Big time. Big time. Look at this. Look at these puppies. Anyways, enough of that. Enough of that. Look at this god dang piece of meats. Oh, so good. So good. Here we go. We're going to move this. We're just going to stack these. God dang. I mean, can somebody tell me this is not a thick piece of meat? Look at how big. Anyways, enough beating the meat for the ladies. I know the ladies want me to keep on beating my meat, but you know what? It's finally time for us to do something right. And to do something right, I need olive oil, okay? Oof, look at that. God dang piece of meat. Look at this thing, man. Oof. It's a big boy. I only like to be out here. Okay, that's good. All right. So we're gonna start oh, look, my neighbor came out. She wanted to see if I'm beating my meat. I see her across the ocean. I should scream out, no, no, no. Or maybe I should go do the triple kiss. The triple kiss. Oof, maybe I should do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. If she looks over here, I'm gonna do the triple kiss. If she looks over here, I'm gonna do the triple kiss. Here we go. I'm gonna say it one time. I think she came out because I started screaming at beating the meat. Let's start off. Anthony, let's start off with some extra virgin, okay? Let's start with some extra virgin olive oil, okay? First off is loading up the gun. All right, we're gonna load it up real nice. So let's put this over here. Let's move some of these over here, some of these damn pieces over here. Let's move this damn piece over here. Boom. Okay, let's start doing this. Here we go. If I see her looking over here, I'm gonna do the triple kiss. Here we go. Here we go. Beautiful. You ever hit a woman with a triple, quadruple kiss? I'm about to do it right now. After I beat my meat. Is she looking? Yeah, she's looking. Oh shit, man. That sounded horrible. You know what? I wouldn't blame her if she ran inside. I don't tend to do that. I wouldn't blame her. Anyways, the point of the matter is, she's thinking, oh, I got my pants on. Lady crazy. She made a whole U-turn. Lady crazy. Got cougars out here. Anyways, the point of the matter is, make sure your meat is all lubed up, okay? Good lube on each side, especially on the thick side. If you don't do it on the thick side, you ain't living the right life. You're living the hard life. You're living the hard, rough life. You need to put the lube on the real good side. Okay, real good side. There we go. We're gonna meet it out all around. Did I just say meet it all around? We're gonna just make sure it's like Jergens, like it's Jergens lotion. You gotta lube it up. Okay, put that over here. Boom. It's like Jergens right on there. 4-pack of beer. We're going to put it over here. Beautiful. Meats looking nice. Got to make sure that this doesn't escape. Okay, meats are looking good. Look at that. Beautiful. You can't say that's not beautiful meat. You know what? I'm going to say this. Thank the Lord Jesus my meat don't look like that. Because if not, I'd be hungry. One time, that's it. It's over. One time hungry, oof. Anyways, point of matter is, let's put these up. Let's make sure you guys know how lubed up my meat is. Oh, man, look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Gordon Ramsay can't do this, okay? He'd be embarrassed. Beautiful. Look at that. Oof. Looks phenomenal. Looks beautiful. You know what? We should put it on the side. A little bit more action. Looks longer, right? Looks longer when I put it on the side. Look at that. Looks longer. Oh, looks good, right? Looks good. All right. Okay, first is first. Let's start putting our seasonings where they need to go. Let's put our seasoning right here. Little seasoning. It's good. Little baby, little action. Okay, so first is first for all of you wanted around the world. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Let's start drinking this one more time. My hands are all lubed up. Oof, look at my hands, all lubed up. Let me tell you the proofing on this bad boy. So the proofing on this one, we're looking at the first whiskey of the day. As a matter of fact, first whiskey of the 24 hours. It's 100.6 proof. Beautiful, beautiful whiskey. We're going to start drinking it now. And we're going to start seasoning, okay? Let's drink the whole whiskey now before we even start. Shout out to my chat room. The first super chat of the day. Huge shout out to Joe Unfiltered. Here we go. Let's give him heck. Let's drink this up. That's a goddamn doozy. I love that. That's a doozy. That thing is so beautiful. Many of you should definitely try to get more of those High West Black labels. It's so beautiful. My tongue is watering. I'm getting goosebumps. Oof, I'm getting goosebumps. Look at those goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. Look at those goosebumps. Oof. Look at those goosebumps. Real goosebumps. Here we go. First is first. Let's start doing this. Here we go. Little men routine. Make sure you season your meat, your big meat properly, okay? Little men routine. Here we go. As you can tell, I did put a good amount of seasoning, right? Why? Because this is a thicker piece of meat. The meat that I'm beating up today, the meat that I'm beating out here, it's a bigger piece of meat. So I could put a little bit more of a layer. You could put a little bit more of a layer, you see that? A little bit more of a layer than I usually do. It's a little bit thicker. All right, ladies? A little bit thicker means a little bit more motion in your hand. You got to put a little motion in the ocean. Here we go. Kinder's prime steak seasoning, okay? We're going to finish it up with this one. And we're going to do it the other side. So here we go. Now that's a doozy. That's a doozy. That's beautiful. The thing looks amazing. Fantastic. Can't complain. Everything's looking amazing. Beating my meat up real nice. And I'm going to beat it up even harder when I throw it on the grill. It's going to be so hard that beat it of meat. Point of matters, these are chuck eyes. Now let me explain to you something. For some of you that are watching, I did some ribeyes last week that are really good. You can go rewatch the seasoning that I did. Every day that I did a ribeye last week, it was outstanding. Really loved it. I had so much left over yesterday that I ate it most of the day, right? But the point of the matter is, let's just talk about this. This is chuck eye. Now, if you do not know what chuck eye is, let me just explain to you. This is one of my favorite pieces of meat to do on the grill. There's no other piece of meat that I like better more than this. Other than this one would be Vacillo Prime is ultimate on the grill. And then ribeye. I don't like filet mignon. Filet mignon is in last place, personally. And for some of you that don't know about filet mignon, well, let me just say this. For some of you that don't know about filet mignon is something it's a piece of meat that's soft. Real soft, but it doesn't have as much fat as you might think. It does have fat, but it doesn't have as much fat as you would get on a ribeye or a chuck eye. One of my favorite pieces of meat, chuck eye. Real amazing, real amazing. But let me just say this again. You gotta know how to season your meat, okay? If you do not know how to season your meat, you got nothing. If you don't know how to beat up that meat, you don't know how to cook it up, you got nothing, my friends. You gotta make sure that your meat has some fat in it, and also you gotta know how to prepare it and how to actually work your meat. If you don't know how to work your meat, my friends, the ladies will spit it out. They'll spit it out so quick. Oof, they'll spit it out so quick. You'll think they're trying to break a record. Ain't no Guinness World Record man around here looking at you spit that out. No, it's that your meat sucks. Your meat stinks. Your meat is just horrible. So to prevent that, you literally have to season it right. Now again, why am I using a little bit more seasoning on this than usual? Well, it's thicker. That's it. That's all I have to say. It's thicker, okay? It's thicker. That's what it is. Here we go. Now that right there, that's a hurricane right here, man. That's a hurricane. Look at this. That's a hurricane. That's a real hurricane right here. Here we go. Let's see the first hurricane. Oof. First hurricane. Oof. And the second hurricane. Here we go. The second hurricane. Oof. Look at that. You see the seasoning on here? That's the second hurricane. Beautiful, beautiful. That's a hurricane right there. That's a real hurricane. Real hurricane. Now, if you think I'm done, I'm not done. Okay, you see the sides? Look at the sides. They're bald. They're bald. These sides are bald. Look at this. They're bald. You gotta make sure that meat is not. Gotta make sure that meat gets that action every which way. Make sure that meat gets that action. All right. Make sure that meat gets that action. You can't be meaty being me in the side. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. There we go. That's a beauty, right? Okay, you got to make sure all sides. You see what I mean? It's bald. You got to make sure. Boom. You got to make sure. Boom. You got to make sure. Yeah. You got to make sure You got to make sure you get that. You got to make sure you get that meat. If you plan on playing some Pokemon, if you plan on playing some Pokemon, Joe Waters, you plan on playing some Pokemon, you gotta know where the Cougars eat. The Cougars eat some good, big meat, okay? They don't like little buddy, little meat, okay? A little buddy, little meat. Once a woman calls you little buddy, it's over, my man. It's over, my man. Just fly out of the state. Fly out of the state. Fly out of the state. You go to another state, my man. And some woman out there says, hey, little buddy, fly out of that one too. But instead of flying out of that one, just might as well just get the hell out of this country. There's no point. There's no point in going back. Okay, there's no state out here that's if you hit two states and the two states, the women are calling you little buddy. No, gentlemen. Sometimes you gotta know when to fold them. Okay, you're gonna have to know when to fold them sometimes, gentlemen. So for all of you, let's make sure. Okay. Our meat is looking good. It's looking precise. It's looking fantastic. But the one thing I will say is that I want to kind of present this a little bit better. We're going to present this just a tad bit better. Here we go. We're going to present this just a tad bit better, just so you know what I'm working with. All right. Here we go. It's a little bit more presentable, okay? A little bit more presentable. Look how fat that boy is. Look at how fat that boy is. We have Joanne. We're Joanne. And we also have Edgar in the chat room. You got to get that big meat, man. You got to get that big meat. Big meat is the way. Big meat is the way, yes? Big meat is the way. Mandalorian. They didn't show you that in the Mandalorian, did they? No. They can't show you that in Mandalorian. That was backstage. Big meat is the way. That's what backstage in the Mandalorian. That's what you heard. That's all you heard from the Mandalorian. Big meat is the way. Big meat is the way. You guys ever watch the Mandalorian? I think it's the only good thing about Disney. I literally got the Disney. A long time ago. When was the Mandalorian for some of you? I think it was 2020. I have no idea. About the pandemic type of a time frame. I got the Disney thing for a month, I think it was. And I saw the whole Mandalorian. That dang thing was so good. So good. All that was missing was some curse words, but it was so good. And you know what's good? We're going to drink this whiskey and we're going to start cooking, okay? We're going to start cooking. But before we start cooking, let's drink the rest of this High West. High West. Let's drink the rest of this. Oh. All right, there it hit. That hit the spot. Oof, that hit the spot. I don't even had some back pain just now earlier. I was stretching my balls, and I think when I hit the floor to stretch out, I think I moved something to my back. The point of the matter is, great one. High West Black Label. Make sure to get a High West Black Label. And we're gonna move on to Metallica, right? Metallica inspired whiskey. I want to move on to this one. And have this one. I personally haven't had that in a long time. So we're going to have shout-outs of Metallica. We're going to have Blackened. Now, if some of you buy Blackened and you expect this to taste like bourbon whiskey, yeah, now, this is going to taste, most of the Blackens, they taste like the sweat of Metallica. Yes, the sweat of the drummer, the sweat of the dang guitarist. And you just take it. You just take it in, okay? We're going to drink a little bit. Boom. American whiskey, okay? These are mainly blends, but this one over here is this is a straight rye. If you find any of the other Blackens, they're a blend of American whiskeys. Oof. Shout out to Blackened. For all of you watching, I'm gonna say we're gonna switch up the class soon. And I might play some music on the stream. I might play some music that's been in my head. There's some music in the last one. As a matter of fact, there's some music that's been in my head for the last 72 hours. Some music's been in my head in the last 72 hours. Here we go. That's so goddamn good. Why don't I drink this enough? That's so goddamn good. It's everything you want in a rye whiskey. Most of the time, I want something that's sweet, that takes away some of that rye spice, but I want to keep that rye spice. It gives it that. It gives you a nice sweet finish, almost like a dirty. I did say dirty, right? This gives you a dirty finish. Oof, so dirty. Like the guitar sweat, a little bit dirty. Gives you that dirt on the finish. Now, if you don't know, this is finished in rum cask, okay? Madeira and rum cask, so you're gonna get that dirty rum finish. If you don't know rum, well, I have a good amount of rums inside. There's always a dirty finish on the rums. This has that dirty finish, very dirty. It's like you call an Uber, but you gotta. I don't know how Uber works. I don't even have Uber, but for example, you call Uber and you ask for a Mercedes E-Class to come get you, right? This is what it reminds me of, right? This is what it reminds me of. And then they pull up in a black Mercedes, right? E-Class. And then when you get in, the front of the car is all white, but the back is black. What the heck is going on? The back seats are black, but the front is white? Man, they thought I'm a dirty man. They want me to sit on some black leather instead of white leather. How dare they? What do they think? I'm going to bring Kool-Aid in the dang Uber? I'm going to spill it all over the white? Here we go. Let's drink this up. That's so goddamn good. I smell cigar. Is it me? Am I the one that smells like cigar? Wait a minute, time out. Oh, I think it's me. It's my shirt. It's my shirt. That's funny. I'm out here smelling around like, what the hell is that smell? It's my goddamn shirt. Over here, Cordes Box. Shout out to Cordes Box. Over here, Cordes Box. Thank you so much. It says, with a $2 Super J, says over here, let's go, Reaper Crew. You all are legends. You are legends. Shots. Over here, Cordes Box. Let me see, it's Cordes Box. Get the dang membership, Cordes Box. Get the dang membership. I think some of you don't understand how YouTube works. That's not for everybody, but I'm gonna say, you gotta get the membership. It changes the colors on your emojis, and I think that's pretty cool. I put a lot of work into those emojis. I went all the way to Egypt. I had no Wi-Fi here in Miami or Florida, so I had to fly over to Egypt, and I had to go to the tunnels of Egypt to get that Wi-Fi, to make those emojis. I'm not even Egyptian. Well, the point of the matter is, make sure, get that membership if you haven't. I do appreciate all of you that do and renew it, because your emojis change. And as your emojis start changing next year, awesome name, it looks just so cool, man. It looks so cool. It makes the community look so authentic. It makes the community look like we're all it makes us look like we're all, what's the word? Sophisticated. There we go. That's a big word. Sophisticated. Cordes Box, thank you so much for the appreciation on Super Chat. On the stream, we have Joe Unfiltered. He is currently the biggest Super Chatter today on the stream. 20 bucks. 20 $20. Where's Matt Stevens? I didn't say 20 baht. I didn't say 20 baht. I said $20. How do I know baht? Man, whenever I go, when I want to travel somewhere, okay, I save my money. The only place I'll travel will be Las Vegas. That's it. I save my money. I go on, what's it called? YouTube, and I go travel to the Philippines, travel to Thailand, show me the dirty streets of China, show me the dirty streets of North Korea. If I want to travel somewhere, I go on YouTube and I type it in. I do recommend many of you to do that. If you want to travel, seafood, bar-to-bar travel, or you go to Thailand, definitely save your money, save your USD. Save your USD, save your fiat, and go on YouTube and type in tour of the dirty streets of Thailand. And they're going to show you people, baht, it's 5 baht, 50 baht. How much is that? 100 baht, 5 baht, 20 baht. That's Thailand. Here we go, let's drink this up. You got to pay me $1 million to go to Thailand. You got to be kidding me. You got to pay me. You got to pay me $1 million. I think I just saw mentally a woman with an apple. I think I just saw a woman mentally in Thailand with what is it called? Oh, Adam's apple. By the way, while that happened, I found a baby iguana. While that happened, I just found it on the floor. Cute little baby iguana. Just found a green little. He's gonna turn colors. Look, he's turning colors in front of us. Oof. What is that? Red? Is this chameleon basically telling me that I'm red? No. This chameleon is changing colors and telling me that I'm red. I'm not red. What in the heck is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I just caught a chameleon. And when you catch a chameleon, they turn the color of whatever it catches them. This son of a gun is turning red. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You know what? I'm not red. I'm tan, you son of a gun. He's chilling. Oof, he's chilling like a Pokemon. Hey, Joe, I'm gonna release this, but I just want to let you know I live in Miami. I live in Florida. Just caught this just now. Chameleon, I caught this chameleon. I'm glad he didn't turn blue. If he turned blue, I'm not blue. I'm not red. Man, you know what? I'm going to let him go. I hope a bird doesn't get him. Let me let him go with my cactuses. There we go. I feel like I got some salmonella in my hands. I don't know when the last time this guy took a shower. My hands are all black now. Look at this. You know, that's why you have a dirty shirt. You just got to wipe it on your shirt, my friends. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. For all of you watching around the world. You know what? I was talking about Thailand too much. Too much about Thailand. One of those Thailand animals just jumped down. I caught him. Here we go. Let's drink this up. Just so you guys know, I want to give you a Steve Irwin fact of the day. Steve Irwin fact of the day. Here we go, Steve Irwin fact of the day. If you thought I was gonna say the Reaper fact of the day, man, I can't quote myself on animal stuff. Steve Irwin fact of the day. In Miami, yes, there's two things that get released often. One of the things that gets released is wildcats. Wildcats. Okay, wildcats. Wildcats. Why are wildcats released in certain neighborhoods? To keep the rat population and the mice population down. That's key number one. Key number one in Miami. Well, if any of you ever come to Miami, it doesn't matter if you live in a private neighborhood or a open neighborhood, or even if you have your own house. In Miami, Steve Irwin fact, they release pet animals throughout all of Miami to keep the mice and rat population down. Another sexy fact, a Steve Irwin fact, they also do the same thing with lizards. In the span of, I think it's every 20 years. I think it's every 20 years or 25 years. I could be wrong. Okay, but Steve Irwin fact, every 20 to 25 years, Miami-Dade, yes, Miami-Dade, where I'm living, yes, Miami, they release a different type of a lizard. They release a different type of a lizard, and the lizard that they release ends up dominating and killing off every other lizard, the smaller lizards that can't hang out here. In Miami, we used to have a thing called, there was a lizard called areolas. The lizards that we had down here, they were called areolas. They were big and brown, and these areolas, the lizards, these lizard areolas, they would invade every neighborhood, every little nook and cranny, Miami Beach, you name it. These lizards. This is a Steve Irwin fact. So the name of these lizards are called areolas, right? Areolas. And now, in 2025, we're barely seeing any of these areolas. We're barely seeing any of these areolas out here. Okay? Barely seeing any of these areolas. They're getting dominated by the other lizards. And the other lizards, they're like orange and black. Orange and black. They're not called areolas. These other lizards, I don't know what they're called. But they're definitely bigger. They're dominating all the lizards. So what I just showed you with my right hand, I showed you with my right hand that one lizard. But definitely those areolas that we have out here, they're almost gone. They're almost gone. Almost gone, those areolas. The lizards. Those lizards. Those areola lizards, man, they're no joke. They used to be really nice. When I was a kid, I used to grab those areola lizards. Man, a bunch of areolas. There used to be a ton of areolas a long time ago. But now I just don't know what to think anymore. I don't know where they're gone. I've seen some. I think I just saw areola in there, in the backyard, by the flowers. When I released this lizard just now, I just saw a big areola. It was huge. It was huge. Big ass areola, man. Big lizard areola. Big lizard areola. I'm going to say something for some of you. I know we're getting back into the algorithm, but sometimes I just don't give a damn. Sometimes I just don't give a damn. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we haven't got to $100 on the stream, and it's okay. I'm talking about some lizards out here nobody gives a damn about. I just picked up a damn lizard, probably from Thailand. And right now, I just had the feeling that I maybe just have said the wrong lizard. I think I just said the wrong lizard. Think I just realized I said the wrong lizard. You know what? Shout outs to the Knowles. Damn it. I messed up big time. Since I messed up, we might as well just mess up the stream, huh? I meant to say a Knowles, the Knoll lizards, okay? My bad. Had the wrong words. Maybe my neighbors might think that I'm looking for areolas. Definitely not looking for areolas. My neighbors might be hearing and thinking that there's a bunch of areolas out here. And every 20 years, the areolas are gone. That's not the case. The case is, it's a misspeech, misspelling in my head. I spell it out in my head and I just say it. I don't usually think. And we're like 5 minutes in, kept on saying areolas. So I might as well just kick it off and give you this banger.
La cumbia llena mi vida. Esta noche saldré con mi novia a bailar. Dejaré todo lo que tenga que hacer ahora. Bailaré toda la noche hasta la madrugada. Escucho un susurro que a diario me llama. Me estoy volviendo loco o qué pasará. A un ritmo que te atrae, que es difícil negarse. Solo bailando cumbia tranquilo puedo estar. Hasta que el cuerpo aguante. Soy hombre aguantador y muy enamorado. A pesar de todo el tiempo que llevo en esto, de ser en cumbiamero nunca me he fastidiado. Llevo en mi frente una cinta que dice que viva la cumbia por siempre, por siempre. De todo lo que hago nunca me he arrepentido. Y en nombre de la cumbia siempre tengo en mi mente. Bailaré toda la noche hasta la madrugada. Y en nombre de la cumbia siempre tengo en mi mente. Escucho un susurro que a diario me llama. Que viva la cumbia por siempre, por siempre.
Reaper Crew, you know what time it is? I have no idea what I just heard. I don't even know what he just said. Can somebody tell me what the hell this man said? I don't even know what I'm listening to. I don't even know what the hell cumbia is. What the hell's a cumbia? I don't know what the hell's a cumbia. I just like the beat of the song. It makes me feel like I'm at a church. I never go to church. It makes me feel like I'm at church. It makes me feel like all the old ladies are with their saggy titties. All the old men with the saggy pants, all the adults just moving around, all the sexy ladies in the church just dancing it up, all the good looking men on one side just shaking that, I think, what is it, a shaker? Going like that. I don't know. It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. I just don't understand. I don't know what the hell I just heard, but I did play it on the stream. I don't know what the hell I just heard, but I just played it on the stream. And I do like the fact that I like to play music that normal people will be embarrassed to play. I like the fact, we do out here, we toss our meat, and not only do we toss our big meat, we make sure to beat it up. For some of you watching, maybe this is your first time watching these streams. Let me say this. I like to beat my meat often. Now, how often? I beat it enough that I can have it almost, I think four times. That was just says 4 times a week is enough for me. After that, I'm gonna be choking that. Those cock breasts. Those cock breasts are good. Why? I like to fold them and put them on the grill. Put them with some yellow rice. Damn. You guys ever had that? I don't know how anybody want to raise their hands and say they've had that. Point of the matter is, this is a stream that officially I'm trying to get out of the algorithm, but we're getting on the algorithm again. Jesus Lord. Sometimes, for all of you watching, sometimes I pray at night. I pray that I don't have to pull over when I get older on the highway and have to take a huge, massive dump on the side of the road. That's one thing I like to pray about. I don't know if some of you pray about $1 million. Oof. I pray to make $1 million. Oof. No, I never pray for money. I never pray for money. Ever. Never pray for money. Okay, never pray for money. I pray that I'm not in bad situations, like pulling over on the highway and having to take a massive dump on the side of the road. I know many of you are getting older, and it's a thing that's going to happen to many of you. I do know that we are cooking, so this might be the worst time to talk about it. But for some of you, I don't know how many of you pray out here. Many of you do pray. Many of you pray. Maybe you don't pray. Maybe you pray maybe in your own dreams, and that's not praying. Maybe some of you have a certain belief. You got a pet rock. Maybe you have a pet rock. Let me get a rock. Son of a gun lizard wanted me to hold him again. Maybe you have a pet rock, okay? Maybe the pet rock that you have isn't so beautiful. But you wash it and this, what is this? This is like somebody's molar. Look at that bird laughing at me. That bird should be hunted down. Point of the matter is, for a lot of you, we're back in the algorithm today, oddly. And it's crazy that some of you don't understand that in the chat room we have a bunch of ladies in the chat room. We also have a tribe called Film. I just realized today she's a great woman. She has long nails. How do some of you ladies do it with long nails? I'm gonna tell you. One of the strippers that I know, she told me, "Oof, I just don't clench." What do you mean you don't always clench? I just don't, when I got long nails. She goes, when I got long nails. She said something like that. She was playing poker with me one day. And she doesn't live here, but she usually flies in from like Atlanta. Mind you, she's black. Okay, she's a black girl. She's a black girl. She makes that money. Point of the matter, she got long nails like that. I go, how do you? First thing I asked her one day, she's next to me. She hit me on my leg with her big thigh. I almost popped my ACL. I almost popped my ACL. Point of the matter, she hit me one day in the bottom of the table. She hits me. Long time ago. This is a long time ago. We're talking about like, I don't even know, maybe a long time ago. She hits me in the bottom of the table, and my ACL almost popped out. I was thinking I had to get surgery because her leg, her freaking thigh was so thick. She hit me and she goes, "I got aces. Don't call." Okay, cool, cool. And next thing you know it, guess what? Next thing you know it, she had aces. She had aces. Yes, she had aces. Point of the matter is, the story is not goes like that. So finally, I go to her. Hey, how do you have your nails so long? She goes, "What you mean, boy?" Goes, "What you mean, boy?" I go, "How do you have your nails so long? How do you?" She goes, "Well, how do I what? How do I touch them balls?" No, I didn't mean to say that. No. How do you? And then I had to say low. How do you wipe your ass without making those nails go through that toilet paper? You gotta buy that durable toilet paper. You gotta buy that extra thick toilet paper. She goes, "Boy, quit playing." She goes, "Boy, quit playing. Don't forget it. Boy, quit playing." And then like an hour goes by. She goes, "Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I clench." "What do you mean?" She goes, "Like I go like that. I open. I don't go like that. I go like that. I open up. And I go, dang, that's a process. What if you got like you got bad runs? What if you got bad runs and you're like, oof, you know what? Going through that toilet paper. Come on." She goes, "It doesn't happen." I believed her, but I actually still don't believe her. I still don't believe her. Over here. Over here for all of you ladies. There you go for all of you ladies. There's a story for all of you ladies. Any of you ladies that have long nails, there you go. There you go. Make sure when you grab. Anyways, let me drink a sip. For all of you watching around the world, don't forget, do me a favor. If you like the stream so far, subscribe and hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that like button, okay? Hit that like button. Make sure not to scratch your eyes. Scratch your eyes after that. Oof, you know, I'm starting to feel like I got pink eye. And I'm just telling a story. I feel like I got pink eye, and I'm just telling a story. And for all of you watching, if you want to know how to hit that like button, tap the screen a couple times. If you're watching from your phone, tap the screen a couple times. Tap the screen a couple times. Hit that like button in the corner, 3 little dots. Up here, you can subscribe. And we do stream on a weekly basis. You can show up to the stream in the chat room. You can show up in the chat room butt naked if you want to in the chat room. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. Yes, nobody will know. Unless you put a photo of you butt naked in the username, which YouTube will cancel you out. Point of matter, let's drink this up. That's really good. I'm going commando, April. I'm commando. April, I just saved you $20 by telling you the truth. Yes. Shout out to April. If you don't know April in the chat room, she's one of our greatest supporters. Everybody's great support in the chat room. I think everybody has sent a super chat over the span of ever since we got memberships. Even Mrs. Film in the chat room, Miss Longnails. Even she has sent a super chat. Everybody has sent a super chat that I see in the chat room. Everybody has literally sent a super chat that's in the chat room. Literally everybody. Now, what kind of level are you on super chats? Oof, what kind of level? Usually. Edgar Romeo knows because Edgar Romeo he is basically, yes, Edgar Romeo in the chat room, he is a super CEO out here. He's basically a super CEO. Then we have other ladies out here like April Farm Kitty and Iris Soto. And then we have other ladies out here. Wait a minute. I did not just see a shark. I think I just saw a shark fin. Wait a minute. This is once in the year kind of thing. So allow me to see the shark. I think I just saw a shark. I do see crocodiles. By the way, I do see anyways, we have a lot of people watching. I do see crocodiles often. Everybody. By the way, Eddie Romeo this week, he dropped in the chat room 400 smackaroos. Last week, 400 smackaroos. And on this month, we're killing it this month. Last month was pretty bad, but I still was able to help myself out with the stream, and I added a little bit of money on this month. I added some money on this month. Last month was pretty bad, but it's understandable. Some of you, I get it. I get it. I get it. Taxes coming around the corner. Right? Point of the matter is, let's start drinking another whiskey. What whiskey are we gonna drink? We're gonna give it to. We're gonna give it to. Yes. I'm gonna pick a random person in the chat room, and she's gonna tell me, or he's gonna tell me. Yes. There you go. I'm gonna pick a random person, and they go, boom. All right, Edgar. Which one do you want me to have? I just had these three. Currently, we just had Blackened, beautiful Blackened, little Blackened. I could grab the neck of this Blackened real easy. I love that. Also, High West. Look at that beautiful bottle. We drank this one too. We also drank the Black Label. By the way, Black Label, if you guys are into whiskey, don't buy Black Label. Buy the High West Black Label. American Prairie Bourbon. And here are some other options. Okay, we have over here, boom. Here's an option. I put this out because I need to drain this out. Edgar Romeo, here's an option. Eagle Rare, 10-year. Here's an option, Tin Cup 14. I'm going to drink Tin Cup 14. Beautiful. Here's an option. Oof, the massive 2023. Oh, he said Eagle Rare. He didn't even want to know about the rest. He said Eagle Rare. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to drink Eagle Rare. He said Eagle Rare. He said, you know what? I don't want to know about nothing else. Show me that Eagle Rare. Show me. And we're going to drink a highly allocated whiskey. Okay, highly allocated whiskey. This used to be a little bit easier to find. Eagle Rare used to be so easy to find. Now it's $100 if you need to really pay for it. $100 if you really want to buy one today. That's a price in that bottle. $100. MSRP on that bottle is literally new MSRP price. $45.99, about $50. These bottles used to cost $30-something. Okay, let me repeat again. These bottles used to cost $30-something. And, well, I was telling everybody to buy as much as they can, but there's certain people that don't believe. They don't believe in certain things, right? So it's understandable. Some people don't believe. Is it 7 o'clock yet? No, there's a whole hour left. I gotta check those charts. Gotta check those charts to see if XRP goes under 241. I gotta check to see if XRP goes under 241. Anyways, let's drink this up. If you're into cigars, it's for a lot of you. Anybody watching here from TikTok? Anybody watching here from Instagram? Anybody out here watching from TikTok or Instagram? This is your first time watching? Let me just tell you this. Okay? If you're smoking cigars, this is a good one to have. Blackened. It has a rum finish, so you're gonna like that. I recommend many of you that are into cigars. This is a good one to have. Buy that one. It's not expensive. It's under $80. It's under $80. And if you're probably wondering what song I put on, Lord heavens, I still don't know what the hell I put on. I think it's called Grupo Gio. I think it's called Grupo Gio. I think that's what I played. Grupo Gio. Shout out to all the ladies that like that music. I discovered it recently. All right, here we go. Eagle Rare 10-year. Shout out to all of you. Here we go. Let's drink this up. Eagle Rare. Grupo Gio. Grupo Gio. Move this over here. On this stream, are we going to get it $100? You never know. Usually at the end of the streams is really when everything starts turning up. So some of you know Okay, one of the biggest streams that we've ever had, usually at the end of the streams, is when it usually turns up. We get 350 sometimes, 400, 600, 500 sometimes, usually by the end of the stream while everybody's drinking and everybody's enjoying our streams. Usually, that's just what happens on the streets. So for anybody that's watching on here, expect the unexpected. You never know what's going to happen, especially when I start drinking some of these drinks. I'm going to say this, drink responsibly. I do not get drunk. Reason why is because I drink small portions. I'm a professional drinker. I'm very high tolerant because I drink right and I also eat right. Some of the things I eat, bananas, yes. Bananas. Icelandic water, yes. Icelandic water, bananas, strawberries, and big meats. I eat big meats. I eat good carbs. I eat salad. Avocados. Avocados is one of my main things on my diet, okay? Main things on my diet is avocados, okay? So for some of you that want to take my diet, get that testosterone boost, main thing, if you want that testosterone boost, there you go. I'm going to tell you right here. Let's do it. You know what? We're going to do a routine tomorrow. How about that? We're going to start a routine tomorrow. How many of you want me to start a routine tomorrow? Let's start a routine tomorrow. Yes? Let's start a routine tomorrow. Yes? Get your banana. Get your Icelandic water, whatever water you like, right? On the stream, we start off by pouring us. Yes, nice. Oof. That keeps it nice. Also, one of the main things that I like to use, now this is healthy for some of you, extra virgin. Make sure to get to an extra virgin, okay? Extra virgin olive oil. Make sure to get an extra virgin olive oil. Really good in your salad. This is the main thing. Make sure your salad has good olive oil. You want to live to be 500 years old? Well, you got to do these regiments. You got to do these regiments, right? Tomorrow we might do a ice bucket. We might do an ice bucket tomorrow. How about that? Oof. This week. We'll do an ice bucket this week. Ice bucket dip, face dip, and some, yes, ice bucket this week. We're going to do it this week, yes? If anybody copies me that's watching, I'm going to say this. Anybody copies me that's watching, Bruce Lee, fat son of a gun. If anybody copies me watching, now you know. I just said it. We're going to do it this week. Eyes dip. Face eyes dip, yes? Face eyes dip. Here we go. What am I drinking? This is Eagle Rare. Edgar Romeo requested it. He's one of our main wrenches, yes. Huge super chat. Also, huge shout out to Who Dat. She's also another great supporter. Iris Soto, Karen Boo, and also all the big tammers, right? All the big tammers. Joe Unfiltered's turning into a big tammer, huh? Let's drink us up. Over here, we have one of the ladies out here. Here we go. For all of you watching, here we go. One of the ladies out here. A Tribe Called Film. Happy Tuesday. Keep it going. Yes. Over here, A Tribe Called Film. I'm going to say shout out to all the native ladies out there. Shout out to all the native ladies and all the native men out there. I have a lot of friends that are natives, just so you know. A lot of friends that are native. And for all the Hispanic ladies in the chat room. Shout out to all the Hispanic ladies in the chat room. For all the men. You know what, man? Cheers all of you. We're drinking. One of a kind. Buy as many of these that you can. If you find these for $30, buy 6 of them. 6 times 30. Yes, 6 times 30. You know the price. You're paying $180. You're paying $180 with tax. It comes out to maybe $190. Buy 6 of them. If you ever find them for $30, let's drink us up. Shout out to all of you. Let's drink us up. You see, this is my hockey. Wait, time out. Wait. I'm gonna give a huge shout out to. I'm gonna give a huge shout out to the supporter. Huge shout out to the supporter. Okay. I'm gonna say this: A Tribe Called Film. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to all the ladies. Huge shout out to all the ladies. I'm gonna say this. Okay. I need to know from all of you if you know the answer. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat room, okay? Where's the biggest place that I take this Eagle Rares to? The Eagle Rare whiskey. I'm gonna put a poll real quick. I'm gonna end it in about a minute. I'm gonna put a poll real quick. You click, okay? You click in the poll. There we go. There we go. In the chat room, I just posted a poll. Click the poll. What you think? What is the biggest event I take my Eagle Rare to? First one in there. First one in there is my porn shoot. Second one, NFL Miami Dolphins football game. Third one is Florida Panthers hockey game. Fourth one is March Madness basketball game. For all of you watching, everybody's clicking. Everybody's clicking porn shoot. Everybody's clicking my porn shoot. Yes, everybody's clicking. Where do I take my Eagle Rare 10-year to? What big event do I take my Eagle Rare to? In the chat room, you could click. You could officially click in the chat room. Yes. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds. I'm going to end that poll, okay? Here we go. Couple seconds. I'm going to end that poll. A couple seconds. I'm going to end that poll. I'm going to end it real quick. Couple seconds. I'm going to end it real quick. Here we go. Joe Waters, don't repeat after me, Joe Waters. That son of a gun. Joe Waters. You know what Joe Waters is? He's one of those guys that tells you, hey, I just saw the Matrix movie. The guy dies at the end. Oh, man, come on. Joe Waters, come on. I didn't watch that movie yet. Damn it. Come on, man. The point of the matter is, here we go. In the chat room. Yes, the total of the votes. Here we go. We got a total of, and in the poll, I did tell you a couple seconds. Okay, what is the biggest event I take my Eagle Rare whiskey to? 54% said my porn shoot. 36% said Florida Panthers hockey game. 9% said the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins stink. We have a Hawaiian. We got a Hawaiian football player. We're going to stink forever. Over here, March Madness basketball game. I'm glad everybody says 0% to that one. Nobody picked the basketball game. Shout out to all of you. If you didn't pick that, I'll never go watching I'll never watch any kids playing basketball at the NCAA. No. So the real answer will be Florida Panthers. Yes. I take full responsibility to any security finally figures out where I put this. Okay, where I hide this at. Any security guard, any security on that front line when you go in, If any security can get me, congratulations. You just won a badge of honor, the best security guard in all of Sunrise. That drink is up. I take Eagle Rare to the hockey game. That's where I take it to. I take it to the Florida Panthers hockey games. That's where I take this whiskey to. Why do I take the whiskey? Because it's just so good, man. How can I not? You gotta take it. You gotta take it, my friends. You gotta take it. You gotta take your favorite whiskey to the hockey game. And if any of you don't know how to play hockey, just watch it. Here we go. Let's drink this up. So good. Yes, yes. I think you guys already see what I see. Do you? I see what you see. You see what I see. That's the Florida Panthers flag. I am from Florida. I was born in Florida. I live in Florida. And in Miami, our home team is the Florida Panthers. We love, well, nobody loves hockey here. Matter of fact, the Hispanics, all the Hispanics out here started noticing the Florida Panthers, and I think that's pretty cool, man. It's cool that people come to Miami and they forget about soccer. They forget about soccer, and they enjoy the Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers is basically, if you think about it, they're probably the number one team in the NHL right now. I'm not going to drop any huge money on them yet. I'm going to wait to see that their injury report is good by the time they're going to playoffs. But they can win a second cup this year. Everything is aligning good. For all of you watching, we are going to be cooking soon. Our barbecue is on. We are going to be cooking soon. Yes, we're all going to be cooking soon. Let's take us out. So I use a Chicago steak seasoning. I like this. For some of you, my recommendation for some of you, if you're new, buy this, use it on your steak, and then you can add other stuff. Like you can add a lot of stuff like this. Don't be me, okay? Don't be me and use this and add other stuff. Try this out first on your steak, and then after that, you can add some more. Double layer, right? And for all of you, here we go. Here we go. We're going to move this out of the way. Huge shout out to my chat room. And again, I just want to promote this a little bit. This is my favorite water. Okay, some of you don't know, and many of you don't damn care. It's okay. It's okay. I just want to let you guys know just ahead of time. This is my favorite water in the world. I used to like Fiji water. When I used to go to Las Vegas, they used to pass it around Fiji water like it was going out of style. Fiji water is good. In the 90s, I believe it was in the 90s that Fiji water came out. I think it was in the 90s, yes? In the 90s, Fiji water came out. When I first tried Fiji water, I said, damn, what is this? This was in the 90s, I believe. And then years started going, decades started going by. I started trying different waters. Tomorrow, I might be drinking waters, different waters to rate them. But today, I'm just going to say, this is absolutely my favorite water, and if you don't know already, it's my favorite water, okay? Somebody out here, if anybody says Evian in the chat room, if anybody says Evian in the chat room, I'm going to say this. If anybody says Evian in the chat room, that they like that Evian water in the chat room, I'm going to ruin it for you. Madonna once was drinking Evian water when Dennis Rodman, you know Dennis Rodman, how many know Dennis Rodman? Dennis Rodman, he flew from Chicago, from Chicago, he used to be in the Chicago Bulls, he flew from Chicago to all the way to Las Vegas while she's drinking that Evian water, which is not this, while she's drinking that Evian water, she told Dennis Rodman to take a dump in her chest. That's all you need to know about that water. That Evian water will never be on the stream. Worst water ever. Worst water ever in history. As a matter of fact, the worst water ever is not Evian. Dasani water. That's the worst water in the history of mankind. Dasani water is the worst water in the history of mankind. It's as if they're trying to poison you. I don't even know who drinks Dasani water. Unless I'm really dying out here, I don't know if anybody out here, I'm just going to say that right now. I don't know if anybody out here drinks Dasani water. That Dasani water is dang nasty as hell. Nasty as, I think you know what, Dasani water, let me just say this. I'd rather teleport myself to Thailand, or maybe, South Korea, and go on the side of the streets and have some fried crickets and have Dasani water. Dasani water gotta be the worst water ever made in the history of mankind. I think that's why they're giving them away in the schools, the middle schools and the high school. They're probably why they're giving away in the middle school and the high schools. Because the kids are so thirsty, they're dying. And then they can get free Dasani. If you're dying, you're going to have to drink something. That's horrible. If my kid ever went to any school and I see Dasani, I'm going to go straight to the principal's office and I'm going to go, rock-a-da! Her whole desk will be on the floor and I'll tell her, hey, guess what? You better relocate that Dasani to another school. You ain't drinking no Dasani out here anymore. You're going to be drinking forever. Icelandic, yes. Great water. Dang, that's so good. Anyways, for all of you watching around the world, here we go. If any of you want a certain shout out, you know how to get it. You know how to get it with a little super chat or a big super chat. The biggest super chat. Shout out to Joe Unfiltered. Joe Unfiltered. By the way, Edgar Romeo picked this out. Eagle Rare 10-year, right? Edgar Romeo. If I can say anything about anybody, Edgar Romeo, that man. Great guy. Here we go. Drinks up. Great leader. All right, here we go. We're going to drink something else. Now, I'm going to say this. I brought out this 13th drink. Right? I brought out this 14th. Now, some of you, you're like, what the hell? Tin Cup? What the hell that? Some of you are like, what the hell there? Let me tell you what that is. I'm talking about water right now, right? So let me take this American, super American. This is the most, boom! This is the most American whiskey on the stream. You thought that Eagle Rare was American? Boom! This is the most American whiskey on the stream. If I ever go to if I ever go to like a super American event, This is the whiskey I'm taking. Not only is it red wine and blue, not only is it red wine and blue, it screams. This screams America, right? This screams America right there. Look at all Americans. This screams America. Well, we're gonna put that aside. Let's put our little pride aside. Tin cup. Why is this dang thing good? Any of you gentlemen have ever been torqued on? Some of you gentlemen ever been torqued on? Yeah. Well, with a big booty? Anybody out here? Boom, boom. Anybody out here? What's the best part of when they twerk? What's the best part of when they twerk? When the cheeks move around, right? And you can feel the cheeks move around. But if she got no booty, you got nothing. The point of the matter is, I didn't even know why I'm putting the analogy on that. Because this has nothing to do with the twerking. This is Tin Cup 14. And why is this so spectacular? This damn whiskey is so spectacular because they use water that I've never drank in my life before. This is water that I think what's the word? I might see an alien before ever thinking of having this whiskey with the water that they have on here. This is literally water from a high-level mountain, okay? High-level mountain. The mountain's so high that it almost touches the tip of the heaven, okay? Now, what does that mean? It means exactly what I'm trying to say. How many of you gentlemen out here have sat on the toilet? You sat on the toilet. You know what I'm talking about. You sit in the toilet, and your balls are almost hitting the water, right? Your balls and your everything, your junk is almost hitting the water. Well, guess what? This is the same process. This is the water, and heaven is the nuts and the whatever, the junk. It almost hits it. That's how high the water is. Now, I'm going to say that. This over here, it does say a little bit of elevation over here. Elevation is 14,150 feet. How can I accumulate and do some math on here? Okay, well, if you jump out of a helicopter at 4,140,000 feet, you're probably going to die because your parachutes aren't going to open up enough. But it's not as high as you might think, right? It's pretty high, but it's not as high as you might think. Why did I just say that? I have no idea. The point of the matter is, what I'm trying to say is, this whiskey over here, a tin cup, it's literally one of the greatest inventions out there that I've ever really met in my life when it comes to whiskeys. Why? Because they mainly focus on the water. What was I just talking about, ladies and gentlemen? I was just talking about goddamn water. The water I was just talking about was from freaking Iceland, right? This is the water that comes out of that glacier. The Titanic. Yes. You can already know what I'm going to say. The point of the matter is, why is it so epic? Why did I just put an analogy of you guys sitting in a toilet? Well, let's just say this. This is hitting the clouds. The clouds are literally right there. They're tip-topping on that water. So, for any of you that ever find this, I do recommend you definitely to buy this. This is a great bottle. I'm not trying to sell you on this bottle. I'm just trying to make you have a good collection. Let's pop this open. So cool, man. Every time I open this, it's such a cool bottle, man. It really is. I thought the cork was green. I thought the cork was green. I thought we were getting some algae up in here. Holy Lord. Thank the Lord it's not green. Point of the matter is, Tinka 14, what do you expect of this? Okay, one thing you're going to expect of this is just the water. It's basically, you're tasting high-end water that you never had before. Why am I paying for this? I'm paying for this to get water that I've never had before from Colorado. Insane water from Colorado. And not only that, I don't ever think I'm going to visit Colorado ever in my life. I'm going to be honest with all of you. I'm never going to go to Colorado. I don't care. I don't care how many women are waiting for me in Colorado. There could be 1,000. There could be 100 million. As a matter of fact, 100 million waiting for me in Colorado. I'm going over there, Colorado tonight. There could be I don't know. I'm just going to say this. I'm just not going to go to Colorado. Cheers to all of you. Let's drink this up. What the heck? That thing just got so much better. Wow, oh shit. This is better than any of the whiskeys I just had. Honestly. This is actually better than this. Honestly. The best whiskey we had so far on stream, it started off with this one. This was really good. Right? I love this one. And then after I drank this one, I was like, wait, there's no way. It was really good. And that one was good. And then I drank Blackened. I was like, there's no way. This is the best one on the stream, right? And then Edgar Romeo made me drink early time. I was going to say Eagle Rare. And then this one came to be the best one. Have you guys ever noticed that every time you buy a whiskey, the next whiskey is always the best one? Have you ever noticed that? I don't know how many of you noticed. Have you noticed that? Well, next time you buy a whiskey, okay, next time you buy a whiskey, let's go for the ladies and the gentlemen. Also for the ladies, we're going to aim it to you, ladies. I see you, ladies. We're going to aim it to you. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy, ladies? Every boyfriend you get is the best one, right? Next boyfriend is always the best one, or your shoes and the new shoes that you get are always the best one, right, ladies? Right, ladies? Every new one, every new boyfriend, every new sandal is the best one. You know, ladies, you know what I'm talking about, ladies. It's like every restaurant you just discover, ladies, is the best one. It's like, dang, this is the best restaurant, right, ladies? Every vibrator, doesn't matter the size, is the best one. It's the newest one. Oof, this is the goddamn so good. Every dildo is about, oof. Can I keep on going? No, I'm not going to keep on going. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Point of the matter is, Tinka 14, all right? Tinka 14, damn. Some of you ladies probably say to your boyfriend, your new boyfriends, you know what? Size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter. You're smaller than my other dude, but you know what? You're the best. I want to get married. New one. New dude, always the best dude, right, ladies? New dude, always the best dude, right? Right, ladies? New dude's always the best dude. That's what it is. Over here, Joe Unfiltered is going to join me. If you're going to join me, you have to talk dirty like me, right? Point of the matter is, for the ladies, what's another thing, ladies? New nails. You find a new nail salon. Your new nail salon, they talk bad to you at the nail salon. Ching dong dong, he dong hang ya. And you're like, oh yeah. Were you guys talking about the song I'm listening to? And then the lady's like, yeah, we talking about the nail, yeah. Little do you know, they're talking about how ugly your hair extensions are. Right, ladies? But you still go back. Why? Because it's the best nails you ever got, right? Best nails you ever got, right? Gentlemen, don't tap out now. Tinkup 14. This is going to level you up. Why is it going to level you up? Let me explain to you why this bottle itself levels you up. This is literally 42% ABV. Okay, you know what that means? 42%, 42 times 2, that is 84%. Anybody that likes Scotch whiskey, throw your black label. This is better than blue label. This is better than black label. This is better than red label. Okay, this Tin Cup 14 is better than all three of them. Let's drink this up. Here we go. Let's drink this up. Joe Unfiltered. Let's drink this up. It didn't taste like this a long time ago. When I first opened this up, it didn't taste like this. It's just so good now. Again, let me repeat myself for some of you. I do preach on these streams. I preach one thing. And the one thing I like to preach is drink your bottles. When you drink your bottles, yes, when you drink the bottles, the alcohol content balances out with the flavors. It's called chemistry. Okay, you could go to chemistry class. Yes, it's tasty, isn't it, Joe Unfiltered? Yes, yes. In the chat room. Drink your bottles. Okay, drink your bottles just like this. When I first had this one, I'm gonna say this. This actually had a strong amount of rye. It had so much. It was a little bit. I had to put water in this, right? When I first opened this, and then it just started getting better and better, better and better. There's something that I just want to say. Just a little note out here for some of you before we even start cooking, right? I want to say it to a lot of you. There's a lot of people out here that don't know about whiskeys, and I'm going to tell you that one of the main things that some of you should learn, and this is going to be a hot one, hot warning, huge warning. This is going to be a huge warning for a lot of you. Okay, huge warning for all of you. I'm going to drink a different whiskey, but it's going to be a huge warning. Don't go anywhere. I'm about to tell you right now. Let me just put this whiskey back in here. Let me tell you the huge warning. There's a huge warning. If you thought I was going to read the back of the labels of these bottles that say could probably give you cancer, no. These are not going to give you. You know, I'm going to say this right now. Does it say it over here? Government warning, something, blah, 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 impair, blah, blah. Okay, no, I'm not going to read that. That's not what I'm going to tell you. What I was going to tell all of you is this is going to be a huge thing. Huge thing I'm about to say. Huge thing. And I officially forgot what I was going to say. It was actually the biggest thing possible. What was I going to say? Wow. I completely forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. It was going to be huge. Let's pop this open. This is Larceny B524. B524. They go for different batches. Larceny. Palms open. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Holy crap. What is this, deja vu? What is this, deja vu? I completely forgot what I was going to say. Usually, you know what that means? I forget what it's going to say. Somebody's trying to travel back in time into your dimension. They're trying to change something up because something got messed up in your time frame, right? That's what it is. I completely forgot what the hell I was going to say. It was really important. I swear to God, it was important. It was actually for the rookies. What was it I was going to say? Holy crap! I don't remember what I was going to say. Wait a minute. Let me think this through. It was really important. Really important. What was it I was going to say? Whew. I was going to say something real important. Man, I'm honestly forgetting what the hell I was going to say. That's crazy. What was I going to say? Let me see. It was about whiskey, right? I had the tin cup. I put it in there. What was I thinking about? I was going to say something really important. Tin cup, boom, put it in there. I was thinking something when I put in the tin cup in here, and I said, Joe Unfiltered, blah, blah, blah. And then I put this on here. Man, you know what? I don't know what the hell I was going to say. Point of the matter is, who the heck cares? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Larceny B524. This is 125.4 proof. Let's nose this out. Wow. Damn. Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, that's wild. That's wild how good that is. That's wild how good that is. That's wild how good that is. Dang, that's good. Goddamn good. Uh-oh, Bluetooth connected. I think some of you know what's going to happen. Maybe some of you don't. It was something huge that I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say. All right. We're gonna give it to all the ladies out here and all the trends, yes. There's trendy music, yes. Let's know this out. Oof. It's so good. Trendy music. Don't forget, for all of you watching, here we go. Larceny Barrel Proof B524. Let's check this out. Is this Chinese? Is this Korean? Is this American? I don't even know. Is it American? I don't know. Point of the matter is, here we go. We're gonna put some beautiful water, yes? Boom. Larceny. Great Larceny. It's real good. But always put a little bit of water. See how it tastes. It differs. Here we go. Little leak. Oof, you saw that, right? I know some of you saw that. How many of you saw that? You saw that. I know some of you generally like, dang. That's you in the afternoon. You saw that leak. Here we go. For all of you watching, Larceny B524. Let's close this out. Woo! Whoa. Let's close this out one more time. Woo! Oof. Here we go, let's drink this up. This is a hurricane, real hurricane. Oh, that's real good. Larceny Barrel Proof. Larceny Barrel Proof. Oof. Oof, trendy. Here we can do our meat. I think I'm gonna put some more. Ooh, this is good olive oil right here. Our meat. Here we go. Let's check this out. Oh, it's so good. Look at the sands. Oh man. We're gonna start cooking. For all of you watching, first day back. Let's check this out. Oof. Anybody in North Korea watching me in the bathroom? You're probably loving this. Is this Asian? What am I listening to? Here we go. We're gonna start cooking. Had a fun time. Had a fun time so far on the stream. Some of the trendy music that I like to put on. The short videos. Why did I put those trendy musics? Because they're good for. They're good to get you guys more people in the chat room, right? I want to make sure that our chat rooms are diverse, and I want to make sure that all of you get that community growing. Let me explain to Joe Unfiltered. Joe Unfiltered, here we go. Let me explain to Joe Unfiltered and a lot of other people. We have small YouTube channels. To get officially into the algorithm, you have to post up something that blows up. Okay, you have to post something that blows up. And it's very hard to find something that blows up, right? When I first did the OG whiskey content, or whiskey, what is it called? Whiskey. When I first did the whiskey, what is it called? What is it? When I first did the whiskey hunting, that's when I started blowing up a little bit, right? I noticed it was like a huge spike in views. But then officially, I started trying to figure out what is it that YouTube wants. You gotta try to figure out what YouTube wants. And it's always good to experiment. Some of you probably are like, what do you mean experiment? What I mean is, Joe Unfiltered recently did a video which I saw on, I don't remember I don't even know if it was YouTube or, I don't even know if it's YouTube or Instagram. I don't know the difference, forgot. Be honest. He made a video of him drinking a whiskey, $1 million question. What whiskey was he drinking? I'm sorry. I lost $1 million. Don't know what the hell it was. But the point of the matter is, he did that, and that's good. Why is it good that he did that? Wait, time out. Can you understand the Hispanic language? I don't know what the hell they're saying. They sound like they're from an island. Point of the matter is, he drank mayo with whiskey. Woo! I would never do that. I don't think you could pay me to do that. I think that's the most disgusting thing. Next thing, you know, he's going to do mustard with whiskey. I think that, I don't even know if I'll be able to watch that. I might throw up a little bit in my mouth. I think he might do Tabasco sauce with whiskey. The point of the matter is, you have to test out. You have to test out the algorithm. It don't matter what the hell anybody thinks or what you think. If you think it's a bad idea, usually it's a good idea. You try it out, okay? That's what it is. It's good that he tried it out because you never know. It takes one video. Just like who's that guy? Nick Lachey. You know who Nick Lachey is? His first ever song that he made was garbage. Nick Lachey, first ever song was trash. It was so trash. It was so trash that Jessica Simpson, when she first heard the first ever song that he made, she threw up in her mouth. It was so bad. And then, guess what? And then he started making great music. They got married. And then Jessica Simpson one day on national TV says that tuna in a can is chicken from the sea. There's chickens in the sea. Come on, dog. That's the day that Nick Lachey, you know who Nick Lachey is? We're not going to play Nick Lachey. That's the day that Nick Lachey said, you know what? I'm gonna bang it out in the shower one time, and that's it. One time, and that's it. I'm out. That was the day that he figured out that, you know what, this woman ain't for me. Tuna from the sea? What do you got? Joking? It ain't chicken. It ain't chicken, my lady. It ain't chicken. Okay, we're gonna start cooking. Nicholas Shea, man. Man, what kind of tennis racquetball machine do I got next to the goddamn ocean? What the hell was that sound? Man, somebody playing tennis underwater. What the hell's wrong with that sound? You guys heard that? Somebody playing tennis underwater. All right, let's start cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start cooking. The neighbor over there is screaming. I don't even know who. Oh, I know what neighbor it is. I have a stripper on my block. That's her brother. Her brother's a dummy. I have a stripper on my block. She leaves the same time I leave. That's how I know. She's a stripper. And she got a bag. Over here, Jason Kane. Huge shout outs to Jason Kane. Jason Kane says over here, yep, scared money don't make money. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Scared money make no money. That's what I'm talking about. Shout outs to Jason Kane. Jason Kane, don't put all your money on Duke, though. Don't put all your money on Duke, though. Don't put all your money on Duke, though. Oof. All it takes is one day the main guy flag. One day the main guy flag. All it takes is one day the main guy flag. He got the shits. That's all it takes. All it takes is an athlete to have the shits, and it's over. Thank the Lord Michael Jordan never had the shits. If Michael Jordan would have had the shits, it would have been game over. He had a fever. That's all it is. Michael Jordan had a fever. You could battle through a fever. You could battle through a fever. You could battle through a fever. But you can't battle through the shits. Some of the ladies don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's all right. Ladies, don't you worry. Us men, real men, not all the men, but the real men, we'll protect you. We'll protect you, yeah? We'll protect you. Oh, here, Jason Kane. Hey, Jason Kane. Thank you so much, Jason Kane. By the way, Jason Kane, I'm going to say this for all of you. This is for all my ranches. We're going to lose a little bit of, we're going to start losing a little bit of people in the chat room because I played some music earlier. No problem. Jason Kane, this goes for Jason Kane, April, Farm Kitty, Edgar, Al Gordon, and a couple other of you that have had that higher end wrench. I fixed the thing for all of you. So you guys can all comment on every short video that I post up. Okay, every short video that I post up, you can comment on every short video that I post up. All right, every short video that I post up, you can comment. So Jason Kane, there you go, Jason Kane. You can start commenting. You can start commenting on every short video that I post up. I had to fix it today because I figured out, I said, you know what, I figured out that YouTube hires only Indian people, and the Indian people in India are starting to hate the Americans. So they're not helping me out. Not helping me out. I went through a whole two weeks full of emails with YouTube, and they haven't helped me out. This week, last week, they actually killed my algorithm. They killed my algorithm. Yes, they did. All it took was one mad Indian. One mad Indian. Hearing me talk about how I'll never eat in the Indian streets. Patels are cool, man. Time out. Patels are cool. I've never met a Patel that hasn't been cool. We got 2 Patels in our membership. We have. Let's put this on here. We have Anuj Patel. Shout out to Anuj Patel, and also we have another Patel, which is Patrick Philippe. His name is Patel. Patrick Patel Philippe, that's his name. Over here, Jason Kane. He says the flu game, he making him kill all those flu game 12 sneakers he dropped. Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know if you guys saw the new LeBron James son shoes. Those shoes are ugly as hell. Ugly as hell, those shoes. Jason Kane, I see you, Jason Kane. As a matter of fact, Jason Kane, I can't see you wearing those shoes. Mamba with LeBron James' son shoes, Nikes. Oof. I don't know if I could see. I can't even wear those. I can't even wear it. Not even on the motorcycle. It's like a snake. There's a snake wrapping around the Nike sign. Oof. Snake wrapping around the Nike sign, and it's all black shoe. There's no nothing on it. Over here, Jason came with a $10 super chat. I'm gonna read it again. The flu game. He making the flu game. He making a killing of those flu games. 12 sneaker he dropped. He made a killing. You're right. He made a killing of all the shoes. As a matter of fact, Michael Jordan is the best athlete that America ever has seen. There's a couple athletes that America has seen: Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, right? Mike Tyson. I don't want to put Floyd Mayweather in here, right? But we're going to have to put Floyd Mayweather in here, right? Because it's official. He's undefeated, and it's okay. I do say it's all right. It's all right. We got to give it to Floyd Mayweather eventually. I don't want to give it to him. I don't want to give it to him. I've always betted against him. I've always betted against him. I've always betted against him. But so we had a couple, right? Michael Jordan, Tom Brady. Now, if you're probably asking, oh, what about these basketball players? Huh? Bird. What about Bird? What about Charles Barkley? What about Magic Johnson? Nah, I'm sorry. What about LeBron James? Sorry, nah. I gotta call a spade a spade, right? I gotta call the spade of a spade. That's what it is. Okay, if I'm an American and I'm telling you, the best athletes that America's ever seen, Tom Brady has done the most incredible things possible that you probably never see before. In our lifetime, we're never going to see it. Shaquille O'Neal, one of the best athletes out there. When I was younger, I shook his hand. Great athlete. Guy was so tall, he almost hit the roof of the mall. Huge man. When I shook his hand, my hand was like this. His hand was like this. It was it was a long time ago. In the 90s when I met Muhammad Ali. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. Rest in peace, Muhammad Ali. Another one of our big time. That's why I'm saying I can't put Floyd Mayweather in front of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is the best boxer I've ever seen in my life. Right? Best boxer ever. Muhammad Ali is the thing. He's the man. He is the GOAT of boxing. I can't say anybody else can take that. Floyd Mayweather can't take that. Floyd Mayweather makes the money. He doesn't do Muhammad Ali did. Muhammad Ali did wanted to just, if you don't know already for the ladies, Muhammad Ali is better than Floyd Mayweather for one thing. Muhammad Ali didn't give a damn about the money. He wanted to be the best. Tom Brady didn't give a damn about the money. He wanted to be the best. Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan. He gave a damn about the money. But the one thing that Michael Jordan didn't give a damn about was any of his financial things. Michael Jordan, the reason why he was successful, and that goes for all the athletes. If I ever raise an athlete, if I ever have a kid and raise an athlete, I'm going to make sure that he knows that he's not going to get paid unless he's the best. The new generation, the new Gen Zs, right? Like the up-and-coming athletes, they're not going to be those Michael Jordans, those Tom Brady's, those Muhammad Ali's, because they want to get paid. If you pay a Mexican at Home Depot up front, he's not going to care. He's gonna do your roof. Your roof is going to collapse. If you don't pay a Mexican in Home Depot, right, till after he's done, he's going to do the best roofing possible you ever seen in your life. You pay him after. Same thing goes with any of the Gen Zs. No, forget about the Gen Zs. Same thing goes with any of the workers nowadays. You got to pay them after. You never pay them up front. Also, that goes with athletes. Athletes are a bigger thing. If you pay athletes up front 100 million or 500 million, they're gonna make the money and they're not gonna give a damn. That's why the Miami Dolphins are cooked. They're cooks. Miami Dolphins are cooked. We paid a crazy amount for a quarterback that shouldn't be paid. He hasn't showed that he could get to almost a Super Bowl. Cooked. Cooked. San Francisco have a chance. But some of the other that have paid big money, like the Dallas, April O'Neil's in the chat room probably watching. Dallas, yes, Dallas Cowboys. Why Dallas Cowboys cooked? Because Jerry Jones, he pays. Yes. The Cowboys, they pay their quarterbacks so that they don't leave anywhere, right? They pay their quarterbacks so that they don't leave anywhere. Dang. Oh, they pay their quarterbacks so that they don't leave anywhere, and that's not good. That's not good. Dak Prescott got paid, right? April, here goes. Let me tell you, Dak Prescott got paid, and guess what? He don't give a damn. He got that money. He don't give a damn. He don't give a damn to break records. He got the money. Cowboys are cooked for the time being till Dak Prescott isn't quarterback. Dallas Mavericks will win us. They'll win a championship. They'll win a championship. You can hear here. They're gonna win a championship very soon. 2026. I'm gonna call it 2026. Championship Dallas Mavericks. Point of the matter is, back in the days, you don't pay that high money for some of these athletes, right? That's why they succeed. They succeed because, and you can't wait a minute. You guys are probably out here for the men. This is for the men. What's his name? Shoei Okinawa. Shoei Ohtani. The Dodgers, right? The Dodgers pitcher, okay, Japanese. The reason why that he hasn't failed when he has all that money, because he lived in a culture in Japan that you don't give a damn about money. He lived in a culture, yeah. Shoei Okinawa. Let's say it like that. I honestly I can't ever say his name. He's from Japan in the Dodgers. Reason why he's such a successful guy is because in Japan they raise the Japanese kids to be proper. They raise the Japanese kids to be respectful, to be really, yes, a certain person. And in Japan culture, that's what it is. They literally, are the only culture that I've ever met in my whole life that they're always precise, and they're always they put their ego aside. That's what it is. They put their ego aside and they do their work. So for anybody that ever paid the most money for that guy in the Dodgers, Shoei Okinawa. Well, guess what? You paid good money for a guy that wasn't born here in America. Now that is a different that's a different culture right there. That's a different culture. For some of you watching out here, shout out to Jason Kane. Shout out to Jason Kane. Let me see what Joanna says in the chat room. Half his rookie year, then was traded to the Reds before getting effed up. Let me see who he's talking about. Babe Ruth. Oh, Babe Ruth back in the days. Babe Ruth was a great player. Great player. Great player, Babe Ruth. I read his history, Babe Ruth, but we're not here to talk about history, right? I actually, when I was a kid, I actually did a project about Babe Ruth. I did a project about Babe Ruth when I was a kid. I had a Babe Ruth baseball that costed, at the time when I went to eBay, I remember going to eBay one day. I had a Babe Ruth baseball. And the Babe Ruth baseball online, signed by him, it wasn't too much. At the time, it was $500 and some bucks. I don't even know how much the price on a Babe Ruth baseball is nowadays. But it was a long time ago. Long time ago. The point of the matter is, I did drink a lot of whiskey on the stream. You guys are probably wondering how the heck do I stay so composed? Well, let's just say this. I don't drink a lot. I'm not an alcoholic. Over here, Evan Williams, 1783. This is going to be the last whiskey I have on the stream. Let's pour this up. And here we go. Now, here's my option. Do I put butter on this or do I not put butter? Here's my option. Do I put butter on this steak or do I not? What I'm going to do is I'm going to see over here if I need to put butter. How am I going to see? I'm going to let some of that internal temperature get to that meat. And I'll figure out whether or not I'm going to put butter or not. Personally, I don't think I'm going to put butter. I just came out of drinking, what was it I just drank? Larceny Barrel Proof. Now I'm drinking Evan Williams 2023 batch. Let's drink this up. That's goddamn good. Man, my neighbor must be mad at me. It's the first day that I haven't seen her outside trying to get my attention. It's the first day. Matter of fact, I think she's done being naked next to me. Naked, not next to me, but I think she's done being naked in general. She's been doing that. She's been getting naked to get my attention. You know what? That's good. That's good. Keeps me focused. Point of the matter is, am I gonna put some butter on this son of a gun? Here we go. Let me see. You know what? It's pretty drippy. Dang, it's pretty drippy. I don't know if I'm gonna put butter on this. I don't think I'm gonna put butter on this son of a gun. Honestly, don't think I'm gonna put butter on this son of a gun. Ooh, somebody's playing racquetball under the water. You heard that? Lord, somebody practicing. Dang. Holy Lord. They're playing that tennis underwater. I heard that. I'm going to keep it on here for a total of about 4 minutes and 50 cents. 4 minutes and 50 cents is about how long I'm going to put it on the water. 4 minutes and 50 cents. And for some of you out here, Sheena got me laughing. Sheena got me Sheena got me laughing at my own joke. Damn. Sometimes I don't like to laugh at my own joke. That's like being a stand-up comedian and making a joke, and then you see somebody in the audience laughing, and you gotta blame it on the audience. Well, you gotta blame it on her. She's making me laugh at my own joke. She's making me laugh at my own joke. You gotta point at the person. You're like, you know what? Come up, come up. You're like, come up to the stage. Come up to the stage. It's like you give the mic to her. You're like, okay, so what made you laugh? What made you laugh? How you say $4.50 is 4 minute 50 minute? Oh my, you gotta be kidding me! Thank you so much for letting me know. Now I'm laughing more. Go sit back down. Thank you so much. Imagine that. Man. Point of the matter is, now we have 3 minutes and 50 cents. 3 minutes 50 cents left. For all of you watching, we're actually drinking. We're drinking a cheap whiskey. This is the cheapest whiskey that we had on the stream. Now, I'm gonna repeat for some of you that are watching. The price of the whiskey doesn't matter. What matters is that you get a good whiskey, right? If you're watching a YouTuber that tells you to get a whiskey in straight Penelope garbage, if you're watching a YouTuber and the YouTuber tells you, oh, you gotta get this whiskey, it's called the truth. It's called the truth. And you spit it out, thank the Lord you spit it out. But the point of the matter is, the price of certain whiskeys, honestly, it doesn't matter, right? You have to know what you like. A rookie cannot like a $300 bottle. A rookie will like a $20 bottle. That's just what it is. Huge shout out to Jason Kane with a $10 super chat. Huge shout out to Jason Kane. That is officially, we're at $60. $60 on the stream. We're $40 away from another song. We're $40 away from another song. Jason Kane over here says, Reaper, your show has some of the most interesting sounds, but it's cool and it makes it unique. Jason Kane, you know what great sound that makes everything unique? Do this, Jason Kane. If you have a girlfriend or you have a wife, Jason Kane, there's always gonna be a when they open the door, there's always gonna be a line of sight to the kitchen, right? So do this, Jason Kane. Do this, Jason Kane. This is just make sure there's no kids around. Hey, do this, Jason Kane. Some sounds out here that are cool. Here we go, Jason Kane. Yeah. Keep it going. Come on. Look, now all my neighbors are about to walk out. If I keep it going, look, if I keep that sound going on the stream for a whole 50 seconds more, if I keep it going for a whole 50 seconds more, man, all of Miami is gonna come out. All of Miami is gonna come out. All of Miami is gonna come out. Point of the matter is, let's do it one more time, just for the thrills. That's what I'm talking about. That meat is so big. Let me see that meat right here. Oof. Let me see that meat right here. Let me see that meat right here. Looks good. Shout out to Jason Kane. Okay, so some of you are probably wondering, how do I figure out if it's ready? You don't even show a thermometer. You know, I know when the ladies know it's ready. I know when yes, point them out, use your finger. That's if you want to know, use your finger. Oof. Wow. Damn. That's goddamn good. We're going to keep it on here a little bit more because this is very thick. And if you can tell, I'm putting it closer to the, oof. Another super chat. Another super chat. Who can it be? Who can it be? This is Jason Kane. He shout out to Jason Kane on the stream. Jason Kane over here, he says over here, with a $10 super chat on the stream, we're at $70. Reaper, they're gonna think you're clapping so many cheeks. That's with this, you know what? You know what? Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this, baby. Miami, here we go, Miami. How many of you out here in Miami? Morning routine. Here we go, morning routine. Bananas. Come on. Bananas. And then, bananas. And then you got to drink some Icelandic water. Oof. Icelandic water. Oh, a couple people walked out. Oof. A couple people walked out of the damn. I hear them. Icelandic water. And then you got to drink a little shot of whiskey in the morning just to clear your throat. And then, wait a minute, and then you gotta have the charts. Yes, you gotta have leftover food. This is another thing, okay? Jason Kane, shout out to Jason Kane. Shout out to Jason Kane. That's a real Aston Hall. That's the real Aston Hall in the chat room. One of our ranches. That's the real Aston Hall. You thought Aston Hall was real? Nah. Aston Hall's not real. We got the real Aston Hall in the chat room. Jason Kane. That's a hell of a name. You know what kind of name it is? That's a hell of a name. That's an epic name. Jason Kane, come on, man. Jason Kane, what the hell? That's a hell of a name. Tomorrow we're gonna eat bananas. By the way, I'm gonna give you an idea of what we're gonna do tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna eat bananas. Tomorrow we're gonna dip our face in some water with some ice. Tomorrow we are officially gonna do it Reaper style on the stream. Wednesday. Tomorrow we're gonna do it. Why is Wednesday amazing? Wednesday is the opposite of Monday, right? Monday is upside down. You guys don't like that, right? But if you put Wednesday, W win. Wednesday is Wednesday. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. So a huge preview for all of you. We're going to do that banana and we're going to do that water tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. I'm going to do the thumbnail for all of you tonight. Here we go. This is done. Ooh, look at those juices. Oof, the juices. Let's take this off. I'm going to put it in a white, beautiful, and we're going to spread this out. I'm going to spread this out so that I can reuse this. Oof, you saw that? Oof. I like to spread it out so that I can reuse it. Jason Kane, huge shout out to Jason Kane. Jason Kane, if you don't know Jason Kane, he flies in. We need support. We need some backup support. Jason Kane flies in, or Joe Waters. If Joe Waters doesn't fly in, or Jason Kane, Al Gordon flies in and helps out. And then, if they don't help out, the ladies actually help out. They send huge super chats. Who that? April, and Iris Oto, Karen Boo, all of the other ladies, adventurers, and everybody that sends super chats. Thank you so much. Sheena also, she'd be killing it sometimes with her pesos. She'd be sending them pesos. Shout out to Sheena. I know it is. I know it is for her to send super chats. It hurts her. She said it once before. So that's all right. That's all right. That's the Asian way. If you're Asian, that's what it is. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Here we go. Shout out to Sheena. Shout out to Sheena. Here we go. Here we go. We got a couple minutes left. You guys are like, what you mean? You guys are like, what you mean? What you mean a couple minutes left? Yeah, we got a couple minutes left. We got a couple minutes left to, look at this. You see what I mean? Ooh, it's why. I feel like I'm in the lab. I feel like I'm in the lab. Oof, it's why, that's why. I feel like I'm in the lab. Here we go. Man, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna wait to this. Oof, look at this. Look at that blood. Look at that blood. Feel like I'm in the movie Underworld. Look at that blood. Yeah, look at that. Oof. I'm gonna show you close up. What the hell's that sound? It's probably one of those lizards. Those Arola lizards. Those Arola lizards. Here we go. Look at the juices. God dang. Dang, boy. Hey, boy. Hey, look at this. Shout out to Jason Kane on this stream. Huge shout out to Jason Kane. Huge shout out to Jason Kane. You know what? Oh, man. Oh. Wow. Wow. I can't. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. You guys ever get blown? And then you just, after you get blown, you're away. Right now, it's just blown. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, here, oof. Oh, my God. Man. I'm so glad my neighbor's not naked. I usually watch him naked. I would have choked. I see her naked again. I would have choked eating that. I would have choked eating that. I think I did choke. I think I did choke one time. I did choke almost one time. My life was on the edge of the seats. Some of you guys probably didn't realize it, but It was a naked woman looking at me with her blinds halfway on purpose. Point of the matter is, for all of you watching, I don't even know if there's any man that gives a damn more than me. I don't even know if there's anybody out here that gives a heck more than me. I don't give a heck. And that's a beautiful thing. For all of you watching, we have officially used Weber Chicago steak seasoning. Beautiful. And we also used the beautiful Kinder's. Very beautiful. These are two seasonings that I can say, I just had this just now. Make sure, layer it if you want to, but make sure the size of the steak is good. This is chukai. Best meat you could get. If you cannot afford ribeye. If you can't afford ribeye, it's the best meat you could get. One of the best meats out there you can get. And I did wash my hands after catching that. After catching that, the areola lizard, yes. Oh, it wasn't an areola lizard. It was a green lizard. I caught a green lizard on the stream. You could go rewatch the stream, and you can see how he turned colors in front of us. It was a chameleon. It's called a chameleon. For all of you watching, it's not a chameleon. Oh man, what the hell? Oh here, holy Lord! Jason Kane over here. Okay, here we go. Jason Kane with a $20 super chat. Reaper that Chuck Eye. And the porterhouse steaks are the bomb. Thanks for the effort. Thanks for the info. I appreciate it, Jason Kane. I appreciate it. Huge appreciation. I want to give you guys the best whiskey and food on stream. Chuck Eye is the best you can ever make on the grill. Porterhouse is just amazing. The seasoning I use on the porterhouses are just ridiculous. Jason Kane's taking over the stream. Shout out to Jason Kane. Those were officially really good. Okay, really good. Okay, really good. For all of you watching, let me say this over here. I'm going to drink the rest of this whiskey, and we're going to probably end the stream soon. Huge shout out to Jason Kane on the stream. We're short a little bit of $100, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to tell you this. Please, no more super chats. No more super chats after this point, because I want to eat this up. I want to eat it up. I want to eat my salad. I got to cut my avocados. Ooh, some good avocados. And I'm going to use some good olive oil. Make sure to use good olive oil. Yes. Olive oil is going to make your avocado amazing, Jason Kane. And don't forget to eat your bananas, because at the end of the day, if you don't eat your bananas, you're going to get that horse. What is it called? That horse. Damn, what is it called? Look, man, I'm forgetting my words. If you don't eat the bananas, you're going to get that horse. Oof. Wait a minute. What is it called when you get a cramp in the back of your... Damn, it's not a horse something. Is it called a horse? You that Charlie horse. There you go. You're going to get that Charlie horse. There you go. Don't get that Charlie horse in the back of your thigh. If you get that Charlie horse in the back of your thigh, you'll probably feel like you're dying. And you're probably right. You're about to die any moment. Don't get that Charlie horse in the back of your thigh. It's the worst feeling ever. If any of you work out or do pumps and do workouts, that's the worst thing possible. Charlie horse in the back of your thigh. Or you get a cramp on your calf. Oof, cramp in the calf when your calf starts moving. Ah, I'm dead. Call 911. Call 911 right now. Charlie horse on my calf. Call 911 right now. For all of you watching, let's say this. I'm looking forward for this meal. I put a white undertone on here, very beautiful. Huge shout out to Jason Kane. Jason Kane knows. So tomorrow we're gonna be eating bananas. I'm gonna be dipping my face in a bowl of ice and water, right? My favorite water, obviously. And also I'm gonna be doing the legendary thing over here, Jason Kane. Charlie Horse, yes. Who the hell thought about that? Must have been Charlie, right? Must have been Charlie in this world that he fell on the floor. He started dying. Charlie, the horse. It must have been that. It must have been that Charlie was riding that horse. He was riding that horse, And he got a Charlie horse because I ride the motorcycle, and sometimes I get a cramp on my hips. So maybe he was riding the horse Charlie, and he fell off the horse, and they said, Charlie, that's a horse. The horse did it. No, that's a Charlie horse. He got a Charlie horse. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not gonna go to Google to check that out. You guys can do that in your own time. I'm guessing that's what it is. For the moment, no more super chats after this. Jason Kane sent the last super chat. I don't know how to turn off super chat. I don't know how to turn off super chats. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple things I want to do tonight. I want to finish up making my salad. I have my salad prepared. I have my rice ready. Air fryer has my rice. Oh, that's air fryer. Instant Pot. Instant Pot has my rice. Jasmine rice. My beans I had from yesterday. Leftover beans, great beans. I didn't also, I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to put it in my plate. Huge shout out to Edgar Romeo on the stream also. Edgar Romeo working out, getting that pump. You know what I would love to see? Would be amazing if Jason Kane moved to Florida. And both Jason Kane and Edgar Romeo, they turn into bodybuilders. That'd be insane. That'd be cool. Taking over Florida, that'd be cool. Point the matter is, for all of you watching, huge shout outs to everybody in the chat room. Reaper Crew, you know what time it is? We're number one. What do I say to my short videos? Our Reaper Crew, what do I say to my short videos? I say, Reaper Crew, you know what time it is? We're number one. Hit the like button of the video. Yes. Hit the like button of the video. Don't forget to hit that like button up here or down below. And also, don't forget to subscribe. For all of you watching, you guys are amazing. Joe Unfiltered, Jason Kane. Also, Miss Tribe in the chat room sending super chats. Thank you so much. For everybody who has sent super chats, thank you so much for adding to the stream. You guys are amazing. Today on the stream, we got close to $100. This week has been awesome. Today, really good. Last week was incredible. Don't forget to hit that like button and watch on a weekly basis. We stream as much as I can every day. And for all of you watching, yes, shout-outs to the USA. Shout-outs to U.S. Marines, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force. Shout-outs to the F-47, new F-47. Shout-outs to the Space Force battling the aliens over there in the moon. Why don't you see the moon photos? Because there's so many aliens in the moon, they don't want to show you that video. They don't want to show you that film. That's what it is. Shout-outs to the Reaper Crew, you know what time? We're number one. Comment after this live stream. Hit that comment. And all of you that have wrenches, you could officially see the short videos. Comment on the short video. I posted up a short video a couple minutes ago. Not a couple minutes ago. I posted up a short video a couple hours ago. Go check out the short video. Comment on this short video. It helps out with the algorithm of the short video. And for all of you watching, I'll see you all soon on the next one. For all of you watching, Reaper officially signing out. I'll see you tomorrow. Reaper signing out. Who's the last one I see? Joe Waters. I'll see you. Jason Kane. I'll see you soon. Reaper.